Welcome back, Patriots, for another episode of the Bald Brad Show. It is officially Monday, October 7th, and we got a big show for y'all today. We're looking at, if given the chance, the Democrats will leave Americans behind. They are proving themselves and have continued to proven themselves as failures of leading this country. I mean, hell, since the last election, 2020, it showed that they couldn't even sit there and run an election correctly. They couldn't sit there and pull troops out of another country correctly. They couldn't sit there and handle the election correctly. They couldn't sit there and handle national security correctly. They couldn't sit there and handle the southern border correctly. You name it, they suck at it, and they're going to leave all of us behind in favor of everybody else around the world. Patriots, I couldn't be happier to spend this fine morning with all of you. If you could, hit that like button as you come into the stream, or if you're watching this later, smash that like button. It does help us. Let's jump right into the news here, folks. We got a Senate candidate, Hung Hao, is that how you say his name? Shines in debate. Now, I glossed over this just because there's so much news last week, but I did see this man, and I wanted to make sure that we did give him the recognition that he deserves. Let me go ahead and fix my camera a little bit. We did get a new camera. We kind of, I don't want to say we splurged. That's not what I'm saying. It's basically the same camera I had before, but a little bit, small little bit of a newer model because the last camera didn't have what we needed. Well, we have Virginia Senate candidate, is it Hung Hao, a retired Navy captain, dominated in a debate against incumbent Senator Tim Kaine, who was selected as Hillary Clinton's VP nominee back in 2016. This guy's awesome. I don't know if you've all seen this guy, but you're about to see him right now because I got a lot of clips to show you. So this dude takes the stage and he talks about the American dream. And I'll tell you what, this is somebody we need in office. I mean, this is something that not just we need in the country, but it's a leader that we need to run the state of Virginia.
Don't ask for the American dream if you're not willing to debate American laws and embrace the American culture. When Vietnam fell, we had nowhere to go, and America brought us in. And my parents waited in line for 7 years. We all did, for 7 years to get our citizenship. I love this country so much that I wrote a blank check up to and including my life to defend it. We need to protect Americans every single day. Don't.
The guy's right. Oh, we're not done. We got multiple clips of this dude. This guy was going viral. And shame on me for maybe not showing him sooner. But like I said, follow me on Twitter. We do post stuff on Twitter, or I guess now it's called X. And that way you're not missing anything that I maybe don't cover here in the show. But he covers here, there's two truths in the world. And this one was kind of funny.
There's two truths in the world, okay? Never walk in a Target store wearing a red shirt, and never go against an Asian when it comes to math. Trust me. What?
If you missed that, there's two truths in the world. Never walk into a Target store wearing a red shirt, and never go against an Asian when it comes to math. But then he gets into some serious stuff. You know, the guy has a nice sense of humor. He's likable. He's a guy that you don't F around with. And here he is talking about the Navy and the military and how they're bringing in drag queens, and we don't need any of that. Listen to this.
When you're using a drag queen to recruit for the Navy, that's not the people we want. What we need is alpha males and alpha females who are going to rip out their own guts, eat them, and ask for seconds. Those are young men and women that are going to win wars.
Please, audience, please.
When you're using.
Remember, that sounds like what we heard from the moderators when Donald Trump was debating Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Please, audience, please, because everyone's clapping. Hell yeah, we want more of this. Hell yeah, woo. And, well, they're going to continue to vote Democrat, folks. That's the wild thing. They love what they hear, but because their Trump derangement syndrome goes so deep, they'll continue to stand in line for hours to vote in Hillary Clinton. If you're just joining us, folks, couldn't be happier than to spend this Monday morning with you. Hit that like button, and we're covering the Democrats' agenda on how they're going to leave Americans behind and have been doing that for 4 years, and we're just going to continue to bring awareness to that for the next 4 weeks up until the election, which is going on right now. By the way, I think it might be the last day in a few states to sit there and register to vote. So if you're not registered, which I think a lot of you are, if you're not registered, that's your goal today. Get registered. And we got more on that because some states are not allowing people to register. So hang tight for that one. Now, he goes on to say the problem we have right now is that we are paying $1 billion a day to feed and house illegal aliens.
The problem we have right now is that we're paying $1 billion a day to feed and house illegal aliens in this country. We're taking care of them better than we've taken care of Americans. We need to be medevacing a lot of these Americans that are homeless right now due to Hurricane Helene. And we need to put them into the hotels and getting room service instead of giving it to illegal aliens.
Or other countries. Both. I agree with this guy 100%. Or just both. House people, get them off the street, get the military down there, get the National Guard, get the FEMA, get everything down there, the whole brigade. I mean, folks, they got bombarded. And now there's another hurricane coming in that hit Florida. So Kamala Harris is nowhere to be found. But if you look hard enough, you'll see her on podcasts. Yeah, she's doing podcasts. She's doing all that stuff. She's taking the airwaves, but not going down there, not making sure she's leading as the vice president. There's more important things. Here's also another one where he talks about October 7th, which is, the anniversaries today, not just for what took place in Afghanistan, but also what took place in Israel. So here he is talking about Afghanistan.
Ask everybody if you knew what happened on October 7th, 2001. That's the day we invaded Afghanistan because they took down the Twin Towers. Nobody at that time could have told us, hey, take it easy on the Taliban. When they come in the middle of the night and they kill 1,200 people and they rape women and young girls and they throw babies in ovens, there should be no mercy. And when you're talking about either Hamas, Hezbollah, or the Houthis, they're all Iranian proxies. And why is Iran so emboldened now? Because they lifted up all the sanctions and they gave them all the money. So they have all the money in the world right now to wage war against us. Look, as a warrior, I'm the last person that wants to get back into war. I've been in war for 20 years. I fought in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia. The difference is that we have to stand by Israel. And he has basically held off on some of the weapons that are going to Israel, saying, no offensive weapons. We can't tell them how to do things. I saw that in Vietnam when they said, hey, let's not, it's like giving guns without ammunition. That's exactly what we're doing over there. And that's the difference. I will stand by our allies all the time.
God, how could this guy not win, man? He is good. He is really good. I'm liking this guy a lot. Sorry, folks. Just adjust the lighting a little bit, the production value. So he kind of destroyed in that debate. We'll see what Virginia does, but my hope is that this guy comes out on top in Virginia. It's nice to see somebody with some actual cojones in government because we know that's lacking here and there.